a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got trouble, and I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you.
What's going on, guys? I'm Adam.
I'm Panda.
And I'm the Rob.
And this is
The place to be. Welcome to The Place to Be, guys. Today we have a very special guest, the Rob, R-O-B-B.
Double B's.
Hey.
Second B's for business. Just in case you're wondering.
Well, tell us a little about yourself, man.
I've been in the restaurant industry for a really long time. Probably 20 years now. Worked with 4 different restaurants in my career span. And I can tell you this, it's been fun, it's been interesting. And as long as I keep signing the checks, I'll keep showing up.
The dollar never stops.
Hell no. Single father of 4 kids, all girls. Yes, if you're wondering, it's easier than what you think. So
Interesting. Okay.
But definitely poses its challenges. Been a GM most of my career span in the restaurant industry. I think I've was a bartender in college for a little while, but other than that, been on the management side of things pretty much my whole career.
That's
So,
amazing, man. That's amazing.
It's awesome. I can't think of a better career, for someone that has wants a challenge and has a personality like me and is able to take a lot of shit. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what matters in the industry, service industry. Be able to
absolutely.
take
yeah, you be able to take shit and still walk away and smile.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, boy.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, but that's me in a nutshell. You want me in a soft shell, then that's a whole nother story.
Hey.
Come see me after the show. Is there any kind of advice that you would give to somebody that wants to become either a manager or someone within the industry? What's like a few key points that you would give?
You can't get butthurt. It's the industry's vicious. It's a lot of good times, a lot of good people. You meet a lot of great individuals. You come across a lot of people. It's a learning opportunity at all times. You know what I mean? Like my job is never boring by any means. You know, it's there. You get complacent in times and some days, but you got to have a thick shell. You really got to be able to adapt to any kind of environment. You got to be able to adapt to any kind of personality. The restaurant industry really teaches you a lot about people, and just how to be creative around these people. And
Definitely.
In
other words, it teaches you how to be a good actor.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Hollywood. Here we come.
Sign my checks.
Sign the check. I love that.
It's fun. If you're looking for a challenge, it really is. Don't look to be a millionaire in the restaurant industry.
Exactly.
If you're looking to get paid, then your negotiation skills must be solid.
Right.
So,
You look at actors and singers and writers and stuff like that. One of their first jobs is in the industry, and until that's like their side gig, that's their main money maker until they hit it big, and then they make the money.
Yeah.
So
at the end of the day, they do call it the service industry rather than I'm gonna get into the millionaire industry. No, you have to serve people. You have to feed people, give them a good experience at the end of the day. So
you got to become an excellent bullshitter.
Exactly. And I feel like we mastered that. If you want to learn more, email us at placetobeshow@gmail.com.
Also check out our other webcast, The Art of Bullshitting. Wait, we don't have one yet, but
no,
soon to come. It's a great name. Don't steal our idea.
Rob,
we're gonna copyright that.
You said you're a single father. You got 4 daughters. How hard is it being a single father, raising these kids, taking care of them, and making sure that their life is pristine and precise? Because every father always wants their daughters to be top notch, 10s all the way,
and making sure that everything's great at work too at the same time.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
How do you do work life and
well,
life?
it's a challenge, and I've learned over the years to handle it. But at first, we talk about the raw part of the industry and kind of the negative side of things. But the industry caused me to lose my family. You know what I mean? To be 100% honest with you. You know what I mean? It was the industry, working late nights, working crazy hours, not being in there on holidays, missing out on a lot of important aspects of your life growing up.
Definitely.
Just to provide a better opportunity for your kids. And when I first started having kids, the restaurant industry posed a great opportunity for me to get some good benefits and get some pretty decent pay.
Of course.
So, all boiled down to it, you know, it's caused a lot of stress on my relationship with my ex, and we did it for 12 years, had 4 beautiful kids.
Okay.
You know, but the industry just got too much for her, for me, the stress on my family. So those that are out there that have to balance both, it's a challenge, but you could do it. You could definitely make it work, you know.
You.
Yeah, you, definitely.
I've learned a lot since then. You know, I balance work a little bit better now. I find the time management is key.
Of course.
You know, I have a wonderful baby mama. I don't know if that's politically correct, but that's exactly
louder for the people in the back.
Baby mama. But she's great. You know, we're great friends. She has the kids 4 days out of the week. I have them 3 days out of the week. It fits in with my schedule.
That's awesome.
She's very flexible. And then my kids are very understanding. You know what I mean? They know the industry.
That's a huge
part. They know the industry, and they know what dad does, and they know that dad's doing it for the benefit of them.
Right.
So, you know, it's definitely a challenge. You know what I mean? To find time for kids, find time for work, and find time for fun. Cheers. But you know, it's rewarding in a lot of ways because I can see the fruits of my labor. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it really kind of boiled down to just you know, just growing up myself. You know what I mean? Because in the industry, when I started in the industry when I was 20, 21, 22, natural thing, and this went on to my 30s. You know, natural thing is like when I got off work, I hit the bar. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know, it was already midnight. It was already midnight. You know, I'm clocking out at work. I'm just did a closing shift as a manager, so I'm hitting the bar on the way home. And my mentality was like, you know, my kids are sleeping, my girl's sleeping. Like, they're not gonna miss me if I go out for a beer. Yeah. But then it just got to the point where it's like, you know, it's like you got to have self-control. You know what I mean? You got to understand that regardless if you get off at midnight and make it home at 12:30 and your kids are asleep, your girl's asleep. It's just the fact that you're there. You know, the fact that you'll be up in the morning with them. So, you know, it's definitely life lessons learned, and you know, it's difficult, but it's rewarding.
I totally agree with you 110%. I feel like that's one thing that people that are in the industry really go for is the after shift drinks.
You have to.
The after shift drinks. And I mean,
decompress.
Like decompress.
It's almost a habit. I want to say almost an addiction.
Right. It is. But you know what? I feel like people that work at a restaurant that closes at 10 or 11 p.m. versus a club that's open till 2, you have a huge gap to get up. You have a big gap. A huge gap. So, I mean, if you're getting bitched at and yelled at or getting complained at for, you know, food coming out late or did you even take my order or all this other stuff that we hear as being in the service industry, the last thing you want to do is go home and go to sleep. You can't. There's no way. You're way too wired at that point.
Your brain's just cranking.
Exactly. No. So, what better way to do it than with some booze?
After shift drinks.
Exactly. So you have
I believe we call that the manager meeting.
Manager meeting. Yeah.
So that's what those are about.
We're all hitting the bar for the manager meeting.
Absolutely. So we have a photo that we looked through your social media, and we need to know what's going on.
Should we pull it up right now?
We're gonna pull it up right now.
Let's pull it up.
Hit me with it. Oh, this is a classic.
Let's hear this. And they're all going to see this too.
Okay, so the guy passed out on his face.
First off, is this you up at the top?
That is me at the top.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, posing with my cheeseburger, looking all G-fly and stuff.
Is that a hot and spicy?
That is a McDouble.
McDouble, okay.
Yeah, made fresh at 3 a.m.
This dude's fucking knocked.
That is my brother Ed. And the story behind it, his nickname's Cheeseburger Eddie. So hence we thought it'd be a good idea because it was his idea to hit the bar and then his idea to hit cheeseburgers after the bar, but he didn't make it for cheeseburgers.
Who's the other guy that's passed out?
We got Gabe here. We got Gabe, a good buddy of mine, and then you got Justin, another good buddy of mine.
Because if I was just to click on this on the internet, I think this was like a
cheeseburger gangbang?
A porn video with like the McGangbang.
Yeah. The McGangbang. Actually, if you go to McDonald's and order the McGangbang,
it's a hot and spicy and a McDouble together, right? It's super good.
It comes in a 5-piece, 4-piece?
With a side of nuggets.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, it was a great night. Obviously, it looks like I'm the only one that survived that night.
Apparently, you look completely sober. You look so sober.
Well, here's the thing with me and being sober. Like I just have this tendency. Yeah, I have this ability to always look sober, even though I'm not. And I think it's just due to lots of practice, like being in situations where, hey, you got to act sober. I'm like, I'm here, I'm sober. You know what I mean? I'm there. I got it. I'm sober.
Hence why we're here.
You know what I mean? So, hence why we had like a case of beer before this started. And no, but it's funny. This was actually my brother's going away party. He moved back to Kansas City. Back where we're originally from. So it was kind of his going away party. So we wanted to make sure that he wasn't going to make it out alive.
Oh yeah, we can tell this.
Yeah. So, but it was a tribute to Cheeseburger Eddie. That's Cheeseburger. Awesome. Like, subscribe, Eddie. He's also in the industry. He runs a barbecue spot in Kansas City.
Hey.
Yeah. So
very cool.
He's gonna understand me on so many levels.
Rob, I got a question for you.
Got it.
What is the most absurd, ridiculous, dumbfounded customer complaint you've ever received in your entire 20-year career?
Oh my God!
Talk to me, buddy. Talk to me.
There's so many. 20-year span. I mean, it's I'm gonna just go with the most recent crazy one. Is I work at a place that serves pasta, Italian restaurant. So the best one is when somebody comes to a pasta restaurant and their first thing is like, do you have a gluten-free menu? I'm
it's called get the out of here.
I'm like, ma'am, as soon as you walked into this building, you were inhaling gluten.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like there's gluten in the air. Right. Like we season this restaurant with gluten. We walk around and flour and everything. So
like the
that's a good one. I'm sorry to let you know, but you're breathing in gluten right now. As your face swells.
Celiac, here we come.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story we're not going to get into, the whole gluten thing, because unless you're celiac, it's bullshit.
We might do a whole episode on that.
But yeah, absolutely. We'll save that for another, but that could be an hour episode.
Yeah. It'll be a documentary.
But no, I think that's absurd. I think going back to Cracker Barrel, my Cracker Barrel days, slinging breakfast. Just cheap bastards in general. You know what I mean? I think it's hilarious when people go out and decide to go out to eat, and their whole goal of going out to eat is not only get full and have a great meal, but to pay the least possible amount possible for that meal.
Just complain about everything. Bring some hairs and put some hairs on your dish.
It's crazy. I think for the most part, I've had a lot, and I've become immune to them. I think it's one of those things where I think it's like you go out and hey, we got a problem at table 83 and. And I don't even like to ask the server before I go out, because the server's going to give you their own rendition of what happened.
Of course.
You're like, I've been nothing but nice to them, and and I brought them everything out, and everything's been on time, and I don't know why they're complaining. And then I'm like, so I don't even ask the servers why they want to see me. I just kind of go. I just go straight to the table.
I still ask. I always
get a general idea.
My old mentality, like I got to get both sides, because it's his side, her side, whatever.
Yeah, I like to
this
get
person's side, that person's side.
I figured out I like to get the guest side first, just because I don't want to go out to the guest with any preconceived notions. You know what I mean?
Or you know what I mean? You don't want to make it seem like,
or make it look like a douchebag. My favorite one is when servers make mistakes, and the server made a mistake, and they blame it on the kitchen. You know what I mean? So I go out there and be like, my food's taking forever, and the server said that the kitchen's running a little behind. I'm like, oh, did she say that?
Yeah.
Because your server forgot to ring it in.
Right, exactly.
Call them out.
I will, because that's the first thing I tell my servers is like, don't blame the kitchen, because here's the guest mentality of what's going down. If your guests don't trust the kitchen, they're not going to come back.
Absolutely not.
If your guest doesn't trust
the
if your guests don't trust the server, they could just get a different server.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They still have faith in the restaurant. So, don't ever down talk the kitchen. If the kitchen made a mistake, you know what? The kitchen made a mistake. I'll let the guests know.
Definitely.
But don't hide your mistake behind the kitchen. For sure. So, I think that's some of the best fun is like just playing off each other, like, hey, what's what happened? And so,
that does seem like a lot of fun.
So, but it's fun. But as far as like outlandish, I usually send my service manager or my culinary manager out to handle crazy.
So he's the one that delegates all the work. This guy right here.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm in the office a lot.
Yeah, but a manager
as
delegate everything.
This is over.
But hey, I took 20 years to get here, though.
True.
So,
True. Time on.
True.
But yeah, as
a
managing partner, what would I be doing my managers any justice if I didn't teach them how to handle
Right,
these
exactly.
I always say delegate. Try and delegate as much as you can.
You got to get to the deep waters.
It's been a minute since I had to actually. I mean, there's been times where I had to, where my service manager or my kitchen manager come back to me like, I cannot make him happy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then at that point in time, I just go out there and put my GQ moves on him and sway.
I will say, speaking of GQ.
By the way, this
Rob is always looking fly.
This show is actually sponsored by GQ, so make sure you go get your subscription today, and be sure to subscribe to this channel.
Still waiting on my GQ check though.
So I know you like to go out here and there every once in a while. So what's it like to hang out with the Rob?
It's amazing.
I consider myself pretty fun to hang out with. I'm pretty spontaneous, when it comes to doing things. There's no really game plan that I have. It's either just go out and make the best of it. Simply because it's my time to relax. It's my time to my time to unwind. But yeah, I like to have a good time. I don't get too crazy anymore now that I have kids that are older. I got to maintain my responsible,
of course,
head and make sure that I don't bring shame to my family and whatnot. So, but I like to have fun. I mean, it's I like to karaoke. That's always fun. You know what I mean? And we get down and we don't call it karaoke. We call it performing. It's a performance.
Rob can rap. Oh my God, Rob can rap.
They actually charge to come in whenever he does karaoke.
It is.
Wherever he goes, they charge.
It's a performance. It's a lot of ad lib. You know what I mean?
$20 at the door.
I throw in my own stuff to every karaoke song just to make it my own. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
No, okay. It's fun.
In that case, I hate to interrupt. So Panda said you rap. Will you down to be bust a freestyle on the show?
No, I probably can't. Maybe on my second episode, I could probably do it, but I can't.
Damn it! We tried.
I mean, I have to partake in a little bit of extracurritor activities.
Will you open that second one for him, Panda? Will you open that second one?
Somebody give me another beer.
Get some freestyle.
By the end of this, I'll be rapping. Watch. I see that they're gonna do it.
Okay, so you obviously said that you like to go out. Where can people catch you outside? I'm a West
Sider. West Side till I die. It's I keep to my side of town. I think the furthest that way I go, that way being east.
Right.
It's probably Westgate, P83, Peoria area.
Okay.
But yeah, I being in the industry, I have a lot of friends in the industry. So
right.
I go where I get hooked up, So
do you think that helps you out?
So a lot of my going out dictates who I know and where they're at.
Definitely.
So I have manager friends, server friends, bartender friends, and I would never put anybody in a predicament where they feel like they have to buy me a drink.
Of course.
But if you want to.
Feel free.
But no, I'll hit the spots that I know that I'm going to take care of and support my friends. You know what I mean? So you catch me at Westgate. All the bars in Westgate, I have friends, bartending, serving, manager friends.
Very cool.
Here locally, on this side of town, right down the road. So yeah, you can catch me anywhere on the west side. So if you're going out, you'll probably see me.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Catch him. I'm sure to be freestyle.
Catch me.
All right, now it's game time.
Game time.
Like to call this, is Rob really an Eagles fan? Or did he just jump on the bandwagon after last year's Super Bowl win?
That's the name of the game.
It's funny because I wear my Eagles gear, and that's the first thing I say. That looks really new.
I just gotta adjust.
So I take it off and I throw it at him. I'm like, look at those sweat stains. There's 20 years of sweat stains right there. We had some great years in the late 90s. We had some great years in the early 2000s.
Recently, yeah, come on.
We made it to the NFC Championship in the early 2000s 4 years in a row. Just never really got there.
Speaking of your knowledge, this is what this game's about.
I think Panda has some questions for you to test your true...
Exactly.
To test your true fanism,
now,
if they call it that.
I got 4 questions for you.
Give them a 5.
The first 3... you can ask for a clue.
Okay.
But we hope you don't, because if you're a true fan, then you won't need
so let's limit it low.
Let's go. Come on.
People in Philly are going to hang me if they watch this. People in Philly are ruthless. Shout out Philly,
I try to make it that hard, but okay. So first question. What was the first Super Bowl appearance for the Eagles? Is it going to be A, 15, B, Super Bowl 52, C, Super Bowl 31, or D, Super Bowl 74?
Would you like to do 50-50, call home, or would you like to...
Oh, you only have a clue if you want a clue.
Their first Super Bowl appearance, I believe, was Super Bowl 15.
Woo! Yes,
which they lost. They've only had 3 Super Bowl appearances, by the way, and the first one was Super Bowl 15. The other one, we faced Belichick and Brady, and we lost.
Ooh,
So, yeah.
That's true, it's true. All right.
Question 2, let's go.
Question 2. What number did the Eagles quarterback, known as the Polish Rifle, wear? It's going to be
Polish
A,
rifle?
the Polish Rifle.
I should know this. I'm Polish.
A, 13, B, 8, C, 3, D, 7.
That would be 7, and it's Ron Jaworski.
Damn. That's impressive.
All right.
Okay.
You are halfway
Do
there,
I still have all my lifelines?
You do have all your
You do,
lifelines.
you do have all of them, yes.
Absolutely.
So
Okay.
we'll list them right here.
Man, all right. Impressive. All right. Question 3. The Eagles lost to the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 34. What was the final score? A, 14-20. B, 24-21. C, 35-42. Or D, 28-10.
That would be B. They lost by a field goal.
Go, man!
Very disappointing.
Where the f*** did you get these f***ing
I don't know.
answers?
These would stump anybody else. Let me
They
let
would-
you
they
know
would
that.
Yeah,
fine.
they would.
This would stump
Hell
anybody
yeah,
else.
definitely.
All right.
He's killing
Final
it.
question.
Hey, Philly, stand up. Your adopted son is here.
All right. Last question.
shit.
This is going to say who like you are as an Eagles fan, all right?
Got it.
Who's a bigger Eagles fan? A, Will Smith. B, Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, okay.
Good old Rocky. C, Kevin Hart. Or D, Rob Webb.
Sylvester Stallone isn't a big Eagles fan, but Kevin Hart is,
He is,
and
yeah.
Will Smith is. One of the funniest skits I ever seen was when the Eagles won the championship last year, when a drunken Kevin Hart tried to get on stage,
I saw that.
and he was denied access to the stage.
Held by the head.
He was just kind of like held by the head with security. He was running. I would have to say it's a toss-up between Will Smith, me, and just because Will, and I could call him Will. We go back. Will, long time Philly fan, from Philly, grew up in Philly. Kevin Hart from Philly. I'm not from Philly, but I'm his adopted son. So I'm gonna say there's a 3-way tie.
3-way tie. I'll give it to you, though.
Yeah, I was
All
saying
right, I'll
Rob?
give it to you.
Who was it? Who was it?
I was going to say Kevin Hart, but
Wait.
I had a little sweet spot for Rob.
Is there an answer?
No, there is no answer. It's what's from his heart.
It's from my heart.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit.
You know what?
The right answer for that
you know
one?
what? I'll give it to Kevin Hart because it took some balls to try to get on stage.
Yeah, exactly.
And he got embarrassed.
I could have sworn it was Kevin Hart.
Yeah, he got super embarrassed, and I don't think.
I know exactly what you're talking about, too.
Here's the thing, though. When you start drinking, you get this liquid courage, and you're like, "Hey, I should be up there."
No, yeah.
I think he even tried the. Do you know who I am?
Yeah,
I think he did.
He
He
started
did
doing
do
like
that,
a bit of
right.
stand-up bit.
He did do that, and
I could have sworn it was Kevin Hart. I thought there was a right
At
answer.
first, from what I hear, he thought the players thought he was one of the players' kids. Is what I thought. Walking up.
Oh my god! All right, so at this point, it looks like Rob got 100%.
100% true Philly fan.
That was 4 questions. 4 out of 4.
4 to 4, man.
No lifelines used.
None.
Save
None
those
at
for
all.
another day because I'm sure I'm gonna need them.
All right, you got any shout outs you want to give out to anybody?
Not really. Like, I mean, I'm not from Arizona, so like, I mean, a shout out to anybody that's showed me any love, since I moved here. I kind of moved out here, not knowing anybody, kind of starting over fresh, getting a new beginning, and everybody I met, it's cool. Like, Phoenix is one of those places where you could go. It's so eclectic and it's such a mixing pot that
Definitely.
nobody's from here, so nobody really is an asshole because they're
Right.
from here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm from
Exactly.
here. If anything, it's my support system. My kids. Shout out to my
Nice,
kids, Nadia, Nais, Mia, and Natalia. Those are my
Shout out to
support
them.
systems. Those are the ones that keep me straight. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that keep
Definitely.
me grounded. and keep my eye on the prize. You know what I mean? And it's kind of one of those things that, you know, without them, there'd be no me. So,
you make me tear up, man.
I feel like, no, I totally agree 110% with what you said. I feel like we all as people, we need a why. We need a why.
So what we're doing.
Yeah.
It can't be just be money either, because it can't be. Like, I've had plenty of opportunities.
Sign that check.
Yeah, I've had plenty of opportunities to take a better job for more pay and this and that, and work longer hours, work less hours, whatever it may be. But you know what I mean? It's what makes you happy at the end of the day.
Of course.
And
you look at
the craziness of the restaurant industry has provided that for me. Not always. I mean, there's been times where I'm like, this.
Which I was about to say, I'm very not only impressed, but I'm also like motivated and inspired by how you said you have 4 daughters, correct?
Yes.
4 daughters, 20 years in the industry.
Yes.
I know motherfuckers that can survive a year or 6 months in the back of that kitchen. 20 years in the industry, that's putting in work. When they say putting in work, okay, this gentleman right here, 4 daughters, 20 years in the industry, work-life balance, making it happen. If you want to get into the industry, hit him up. We're going to put his info down below in the description. Get to know him. You know, maybe he'll buy you a drink or two with all his contacts that he knows on the West Valley.
Buy me one.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll
turn favors.
I like that better.
Thanks for being with us today.
Absolutely.
You absolutely have proven that you're an Eagles fan.
That was very impressive.
A great single father raising 4 awesome daughters,
Killing
which
it.
I can't imagine, even though you said it's easier than what people can.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you just saw, be sure to give this video a what?
Thumbs up.
And subscribe.
And share.
Yes, indeed.
Alright guys, thank you. Love you guys.